Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the T-50-2 Tier 6 Soviet premium light tank. It's located on the south spawn of Ruinberg, and this one is under the command of Htomptid. Now, you've seen him in action before. He's had some pretty impressive games, including one where he managed to get, I think it was a Radley Waters and an M56 Scorpion, which is pretty difficult because that's a very lightweight vehicle. Okay. Sees an enemy Chaffee, doesn't get the chance to get a kill. Okay, well, the main gun on this one is a 57mm, capable of doing 85 alpha, penetrating 138mm of armor. You can see if I put the cursor on the right thing. There you go, 118mm of armor actually. When you use it with the premium rounds, the OPCR, it's capable of 165mm of pen. Now, this little tank was actually designed as a replacement for the T-26, which was quite an old design, a mid-wars design. The Soviets came up with it in the Kirov plant in Leningrad, and you can see he's firing at the opposite number, who's also another T-52, and he took a lot of damage. 331 hit points of damage from Htomptid. Now, they came up with the idea, but it wasn't accepted, and the engineers who actually came up with the tank also were the ones who drove it during the day. So they take it out, they repair it at night, then take it out during the day, and if their crew got killed, well, that was the engineers gone. But they managed to keep the thing going for some time until eventually it was destroyed, and there was no turning back. He's actually trying to get, and he did get the cupola on the VK2801-105 there, and he's still getting damage on these enemy tanks in the center. And oh, look at that, he's just spotted a box tank who's now covering, putting himself into cover. So at least we know where the enemy box tank is. We're 4 up on the enemy at the moment, which is quite good. Oh, we've got the turret there on the VK. And there are 2 Arty on either team. Now, that P-43 has made a big mistake there, taking loads of fire. He was tracked as well. Well, Htomptid's playing incredibly well. The only problem is that at the moment he doesn't have a kill. Now, the standard reload is 2.88 seconds, if I remember correctly, and he's got a reload of 2.36. So it's actually a very fast firing gun. The 57mm is one of those guns which has decent pen and a fast fire rate, but it doesn't do a whole lot of damage. You're basically expecting that you're going to peck the enemy to death bit by bit. Now, seeing as it's a light tank, he's actually way out up front, and he's using his camo and the ability that the enemy can't see him to not get spotted. It is a bit of a tall vehicle, the T-52, so it's not as lightweight or good at camouflage as some of the others, which are a little squatter. Okay, he's getting good spots on the enemy though. He's seeing them, but just not getting any shots at the moment. Okay, good check all round. I like the way he's keeping his 3D perspective, his all-round view. He's not going through the sniper view. He's actually staying out, looking around, checking for targets, looking anywhere he might be spotted by the enemy. Oh, enemy tank over there. Can we get a shot? Long range, but he does get a hit, and he gets another one in. Can he get more? Yes! Well, that KV-2 certainly took a lot of damage, and he's now down to a one-shot. Okay, the armour on the vehicle is fairly light. The turret's got 52mm all round, and the hull's got 37mm all round. So it's fairly light on armour. Most shells will go straight through, but the thing is, ideally not to be there when the enemy shoots at you. Well, we've lost a lot of tanks, I'm afraid. Our teammates were a little careless, and now we're down to just 5 left on our team, and the enemy team has got 9. So we've really got some problems here. And Htomptid seems to be the most experienced player on his team. If you look at the team list, you can see that most of the other players are red. In other words, they are tomatoes, they're noobs. And yes, Htomptid is one of the only players with a dark blue. It shows how good he is. And now he's got his first kill. And it was that Hellcat. Now, who else is next? Okay, we've got another enemy tank coming in. M6. Now, remember, he's got a 90mm gun. Fairly heavy armour, but on the front of the vehicle. But the 57mm should be able to get through. He also used that bushes just there quite creatively to stay as far enough back that the enemy couldn't see him. Now the enemy's still advancing towards our cap area. Our Hummel's not doing anything, and now we're down to just 2 players left, him and the Hummel. Now, can he attack that? No, he can't pull back enough. So he was spotted. Needs to get into cover quickly. He's done that. There's the 2801-105. He just fired around at us. And, oh, that's the Arty. He just got stunned as well. And he got hit in the tracks, would you believe it, by the box tank. That could have killed him. Oh, there's the VK, and he gets the VK. But now, has to be careful about how he backs out, because that box tank is just a short distance over. He's coming this way. Notice how he pulled back out to look and see which direction the box tank's coming from. He knows he's over there, but now he's in trouble because the guy's looking directly at him. He's got to traverse around this guy as fast as he can to keep the guy's gun facing the wrong way. Well, the box tank has killed our Hummel, which means now we're the last one left alive, and there's 5 on the enemy team, so this is Kolobanov territory, and he takes out the box tank, which means now he's only facing 4, 2 of which are Arty, 2 are heavy tanks. One of those is the M6, and the other one is the KV-2, and if you remember, both of those tanks are very low on hit points, and it looks like they are capping. That's bad news for them, because you remember, the KV-2 was a one-shot for sure. The M6, I think, had about 2 shots worth of hit points. There he is. You can see him. He's sitting on the corner. He probably can't see us at the moment. Sixth sense didn't go off. But I think we can get a shot on him from distance. Oh, if he gets this one, Htomptid's going to come away with a really good victory. Now, where is the M6? There he is. He's gone into that little alcove. He knows he's been spotted. His sixth sense went off. Careful, careful, careful. Don't flip over. Okay, position yourself. Use the Rex. Now, the other tank didn't come. The KV-2 didn't go into the cap. Now, he can get a clean shot at that M6 if he comes out of the alcove. If he stays in it, it makes it very difficult to bring him down. He's on the move. There he is. One into the engine bay. Needs 2 more. Comes around the corner. Gets another one in. Next one should be a kill shot. He was spotted, so he has to pull back. He did a nice quick turnaround. And there's the target. And he fired and missed. And there's the kill shot. He got the M6. And now means that there's only 3 enemies left. The 2 Arty, which are an FV304 and the SU8. And the KV-2, who's a one-shot. Now, the problem is the FV304 is very fast. This tank does 65 kilometers an hour, but the FV304 can do 72 kilometers an hour. So it's a much faster vehicle, but only by 7 kilometers an hour. So he can run away if he has to. But the problem is that the FV304, the gun faces forward only. And the same is true for the SU-8, although the SU-8's a little bit slower. So I think he's going arty hunting right now. And he also might find the KV-2 over here as well, because the KV-2 is so low on hit points, I don't think he wants to get spotted. And he's been found. That's the SU-8. Now, Sixth Sense didn't go off, but they know that they've been spotted. Their Sixth Sense did go off. And there he goes. And now his Sixth Sense will go off this time. Getting shot after shot after shot. The SU-8's going to die. He's gone. Now that's 2 left. And there's the Arty round coming in behind him. Just behind him. As soon as that landed, he knew he got 12 seconds. Well, 10 seconds until the next shell came at him. So he knew he could change position. Now I think the FV304 is somewhere in the northwest corner of the map. He's in that little alcove area. If we go into the cap circle, they'll know exactly where we are. Oh, and there's the FV304. He is in this corner, and there he is, and he's missed, which means now all we have to do is get behind him, and he doesn't even need to do that because he took him out straight away. But now, where is that KV-2? I think he's down in the south somewhere, and he's hiding. Now, we don't need to go into the cap circle. He's got 3.5, or more than 3.5 minutes left. He can go hunting if he wanted to. He's got enough hit points. I don't think the KV-2 is going to be quick enough to get a big 152mm shell into Htomptid before he can quickly react with his 57mm and take the KV-2 out of the game. He'll only take 1 shot. Remember that penetration value. It's very, very high. Showing again 118mm with standard ammo, and he's found him! Hello! He's hiding! Hello! And that's it. Just like that, he's won a collarband off and won the game for his team! Fantastic, Htomptid! Wasn't that an absolutely fantastic game in the T-52 from Htomptid? This was a first ace tanker. Yes, he's got the scrolls underneath, which means this is the first ever time that he's had an ace tanker in this vehicle. Congratulations. He got a fire for effect for doing more damage than hit points for his own vehicle, a sharpshooter for getting 10 or more consecutive shots on the enemy, master for gunner for getting 5 armor penetrating shots in a row. He also got a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In this one, he got 12. And look at the other series of medals he's got. He's got a Pascucci's. He killed both enemy SPGs, the SU-8 and then the FV304. He got the Kolobanov medal, the medal everyone would like to get at least once in their time to prove that they can take on the enemy when they're completely outnumbered and win against at least 5 enemy tanks. He got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and on top of that, he got a top gun for getting at least 6 kills. He actually ended up with 7, 1 short of getting a Radley's on top of all this, but it was a superb game by Htomptid in the T-52, a tank that Wargaming gave to everyone as a reward, a well-deserved reward, after years of being in the game. Very well played indeed. Let's have a look at team scores. Well, 3,559 hit points was the highest damage in that one. Second highest damage turned out to be the KV-2 on his own team, 1,853 hit points. And the third highest damage was the Hellcat on the enemy team, 1,728. And I think that was the first tank that Htomptid actually killed when he finally did get around to killing an enemy. But once he did get started, he got started okay. When it came to kills, he got the highest number of those with 7 kills, as I said, 1 short of getting a Radley Walters. 5 kills went to the box tank on the enemy team, so he was particularly effective with that big 13-centimeter gun. 3 kills went to the KV-2. I do not know why that guy decided to hide the way he did. Yes, he must have known that if he was a one shot, that yes, he should have picked a spot where he could ambush anybody coming at him from a long distance away. And there's more than likely, if the FV304 had actually hidden in that little alcove to shoot, then he could have sat around the corner waiting for somebody to get close. And the moment they got close enough to kill the the FV304, he could have popped out around the corner and then slotted them as well, just as an ambush kill. But he failed to do it, and as a consequence, he allowed Htomptid to get a really good victory. And when it came to base XP, only one player managed to get over 1,000 base, and that was Htomptid. 1,654. That's an emphatic win in the T-50-2, a tank that virtually everybody has, but not everyone has aced, and certainly not got a collar ban off in. The next highest scorer on base XP, look at this, KV1S got 749, less than half the amount Htomptid got, and third place was KB2 on his own team, who managed to get 745. So he absolutely nuked the scores. 57 shots fired, 51 direct hits, 45 pens, 3,559 hit points, of which 641 were at more than 300 meters. He received 2 hits from the enemy, 1 penetrated, 1 non-penetration, and 1 hit by way of splash as well. That was the enemy Arty trying to get at him, failed to do so, unfortunately. He's moving too quickly and too agile. He was moving about quite a lot to throw off their shells. 9 enemy vehicles were damaged, 7 were killed. So again, could have got a pause medal if only some of those tanks had fallen to him instead of to his teammates. And he got 219 hit points of spotting assist in that game. On a premium account, no, it's not a premium, sorry, it's a free-to-play account. He actually made a loss on the game of 69,631 credits. Well, we know the reason why. He did use consumables and he did use premium rounds. But after all, he was like man on a mission to prove that he could do it. And he was all alone. So he decided, yeah, I'm going to fire the premium rounds to give me the extra pen. And it worked. He also got 1,984 experience points as well. And you can see the battle actually lasted 12 minutes and 1 second. So he still had 3 minutes spare at the end of the game when he found the KV2. Superb game by Htomptid. Thanks very much for sending this one in to me. We do appreciate you on this channel because we've seen you do some pretty astonishing things in these tanks. And so when we get a first look at something like this, we do like to put it up on our channel. And I'm sure everyone else will be impressed at what you did with the T-50-2. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below to say thank you to Htomptid or to say, wow, that was a good game. And thank you for watching.